My name's Charlie Runcorn from Eightfold Property, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the process of changing managing agents. I understand this can be a daunting process for freeholders and leaseholders, with my clients often worrying about how the transfer is going to take place, whether or not the funds are going to be transferred safely and efficiently, and whether or not the records and all the property information is going to be passed smoothly over to the new agent. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to pick a new agent and the process of ensuring the transfer goes as smoothly as possible from the outgoing agent to the new agent. With a managing agent playing such a pivotal role in the safety, enjoyment and livability of your property, it is absolutely vital you find one that meets your criteria and exceeds your requirements. When deciding upon appointing a new agent, things that I'd always recommend considering are how local they are to your property, if they can provide references from existing clients, and also how many units each one of their property managers looks after in order to get an idea of how responsive they're likely to be to your queries. One of the main issues that clients approach me with is that their outgoing agent didn't have the capacity to be able to deal with their inquiries. Quite often you'll find that firms have a number of units on their books but not the right capacity to be able to deal with them properly. Once you've made the decision to swap agents, the first thing to do is refer to the management agreement. More often than not, this will specify a time for notice to be given. This is typically in the region of around 1 month. And it's important to remember that as the client, you have obligations, so it's best to make sure you stick to the agreement to avoid any disputes with the agent. You might find that within your agreement, there is a specific clause that allows you to terminate your agreement early should the agent not have met their contractual obligations. If you have any confusion whatsoever, please do let us know, and we'd be more than happy to look through your agreement to let you know your obligations as a client. As with all formal notices, I'd strongly recommend that you serve notice in writing and definitely include the end date so there's no confusion between yourself, the outgoing agent and the new agent in respect of timescales. It would also be highly beneficial as the client within your notice to specify a timescale for the outgoing agent to hand over all the relevant documentation and funds to the new agent to ensure that the new agent can assume their responsibilities quickly and efficiently. Regardless of why the management agreement has been terminated, now is the appropriate point for both agents to appoint a person who is going to be responsible for overseeing the transfer of the account from the old agent to the new. Here at Eightfold Property, we provide the outgoing agent with a detailed and specific handover checklist to ensure that the outgoing agent provides us with all the appropriate documentation that we need to set up the new account. Information that we require to set up a new account include lessee contact details, list of creditors and debtors, audited accounts, service charge demands, general property information. It's important to note here that the outgoing agent should not be charging the freeholder or RMC for the transfer of these documents unless it's been specifically agreed within the management agreement. It's vital that all information is passed over at this stage because missing information such as specification of major works or service charge demands can come back and bite the freeholder should these documents need to be relied upon at a later date. Here at Eightfold, we make absolutely sure that this process is handled correctly with all requested information checked in against the checklist provided to the outgoing agent. The next step of the process to consider is the transfer of funds, which should be done in 2 stages. Firstly, the outgoing agent should pass over any funds to the new agent that aren't required before the handover date. Once the on-account funds have been transferred over to the new agent, the remainder of funds should be transferred no later than 3 months after the termination date, unless agreed otherwise in writing. Relevant bank statements, invoices, and a reconciliation of all funds should also be handed over, and again, this is something we handle at Eightfold to ensure that no information is missing. Something that's often overlooked in the process is making sure that all the transfer information is clearly communicated to leaseholders and occupiers. Here at Eightfold, we understand that communication and responsiveness is absolutely key to you as a client, and we make sure that we correspond with leaseholders at every step of the process. Here at Eightfold, we take this time of the notice period to really get to know our leaseholders and to introduce them to the key and primary contact points within our firm, and also to our dedicated online platform where they'll have access to key property information such as buildings insurance schedule, service charge account, and a maintenance reporting and update function. The role of a managing agent today is a complex one, and it really requires a knowledgeable, professional and personable approach. The benefits of professional management have to be weighed up against the fees that the leaseholders will have to bear. And if you feel that the current level of service you're receiving from your agent isn't up to scratch, I hope that this video provides just some indication of how quick and easy swapping to a more responsive firm can be. I'm Charlie from Eightfold Property, and I hope this video has been helpful. If you're looking for a new managing agent now or at any point in the future, please do let us know. If you're not looking right now, then please like and subscribe, and I'm sure we'll be able to assist in the future.